A user over an r/atheism is upset that his daughter came out of the closet. But not just any old closet. She came out of the Jesus closet. So what exactly should he have done about this? Should he have sat down with his daughter to have a conversation, letting her know that no matter what, he still loves and supports her? Of course not! Why waste a good opportunity to vent about your problems to strangers on the internet in exchange for upvotes? Now let's go over his post and see exactly what he wrote. Hopefully along the way he'll explain how someone so pathetic managed to procreate. My daughter came out to me as a Jesus believer, is attending a young life group at her college, and is getting baptized next week. I feel like a failure, and I'm also terrified for her. Oh no! But don't know what to do shy of ordering her not to, which surely won't work. Feel helpless. Dear Reddit, please help. Please upvote. Tips Fedora. In his post, he goes on to write, I was still theist when they were born. They did CCD for a while, and several reasons led to my atheism and their being pulled out. My son is 22 now and is an atheist, pretty anti-religion, and in just a plain, yeah, it's obviously nonsense way. I never taught them atheism. Apparently, my daughter never really stopped believing, but it's ramped up lately. She's away at school and is now in YL. Her IG post hinted at some things, and I texted my son to see if he knew how it had evolved. Apparently, he basically messaged her and was like, Dad is concerned. Dummy, LOL. So right off the bat, I'm already noticing a problem with this guy. Instead of talking with his daughter directly, like a coward, he's sending someone else. He's sending his own son to see what's going on with his daughter. Maybe she still believes in God. Maybe she fell back in faith because she needed a higher role model in her life, because clearly she can't count on her father to be a strong male figure in her life. He goes on to write, well, she called me today and came out fully. She tried to play it off. It's non-denominational, etc. But then said it's really become a focal point and that she's getting baptized. Oh my God! Wait a minute. Oh my nothing. All I could do was reassure her that I didn't think less of her, and that my concern would simply be her well-being and safety, and that would be the case even if her religious belief didn't exist. But I'm really scared. YL is a fucking cult, and she's going to make a decision that can't be undone. And I can't think of anything to say to her that won't sound like an edict, which will only push her farther in, probably. So I just sit here, scared and hoping it passes, and trying to think of anything that may happen that may cause me to have to take some kind of stand. Arg. This dude is friggin' out, as if she were joining the Heaven's Gate cult. So pathetic, what a loser. And of course he goes to r/atheism. So just as a refresher, whenever he says YL, he's referring to a group called Young Life. Let's take a look to see what they're all about, according to their Instagram feed. Our mission is to introduce adolescents to Jesus Christ and help them grow in their faith. How nefarious. This is disgusting. Look at all these young people happy, enjoying life, making friends, learning about morals. Ugh. Disgusting. I can't stand this, honestly. This guy's right to be freaking out about his daughter's well-being. Holy shit. Now, let's see how the other users on r/atheism are responding to his cry for help. If your daughter is an adult, there really isn't much you can do. And with religion, forbidding it definitely makes it feel like the correct, persecuted choice. But what decision would she make that can't be undone? And that's a reasonable question to ask. The loser father who created this thread responds, her mom's family has a segment of Bible beaters. One was a drunken hellraiser who got saved and at the age of 35 found his 18-year-old bride at church. And her dad told the groom at the wedding, thank you for loving the Lord. It's a hellscape of possibilities. So essentially, he's worried that his 22-year-old daughter is going to find someone in their 30s, both of them of legal age, and then get married to that person. How does this guy go to sleep at night with that troubling his mind? Oh my god. Another user replies to him, I'm really sorry you're going through this. It sucks, and you're doubtlessly feeling some very strong emotions. Having defected from that side, I'd like to give you some advice. Number 1, most importantly, love your daughter, and do not react with anger or attempt to dissuade her. The people on the other side are telling her that you will be angry, hurtful, and will persecute her for her change of heart. If you get angry, it only plays into their game and drives her to them for support. Number 2, in the absence of external pressures, most people that convert often don't stick around once the shine wears off. I was a missionary for the Mormon cult and converted about 40 people during my time. None of them were still active believers within 6 months of their supposed conversion. Number 3, you may want to find out if there is something missing in her life. Maybe a strong male role model? A supportive father? Is she lonely, depressed, or struggling in some way? Cults often prey on people during their tough times. If you can figure out what's wrong and help her find real sources of help, whatever need this group is filling may be taken care of in a healthier way. You're living my worst nightmare, and I hope it all works out. The original user replies, thank you for this, with a heart emoji. Imagine being a grown-ass man typing out a heart emoji to someone else on Reddit. Pathetic. Edit, as far as number 3, nothing is obvious. Her mom and I divorced 7 years ago. I wonder why they divorced. Maybe she wanted a stronger man? But I've worked very hard to support them through it. She was a good high school athlete and student, has always had a core group of friends, plus seemed to get along with many others. Her self-esteem has always seemed good, though any teenager could struggle at times. But I will try to dig and just see if I can discern what may be the gap, because I agree. Religious will find a need and claim to be the filler, and the needier, the better. To that response, another user replied, religion doesn't just find a need, they create the need, they sell the disease, and then the cure. A reasonable Reddit user responds, just let her be herself. Your relationship with your child is more important than religion or ideology. You owe her unconditional love because she is your kid. The original user replies, like I said, my concern is this cult pulls her into do harmful stuff, and it may be an extreme case, but some literally drink the Kool-Aid and don't come out. But you're right. Until then, I do plan to keep our relationship as its own positive aspect of her life. Ideally, she realizes good things don't need religion. The previous poster responded, yep, and try to avoid making negative comments about her beliefs. It'll just make her dig her heels in. Some reasonable advice overall. I could show you more replies from r/atheism, but that's enough cringe for today, don't you think? The best part about this whole post on Reddit is that it reminds me of a comic strip drawn by artist George Alexopoulos on Twitter. You can find him under the handle @gprime85. I do recommend you follow him. He's a great follow. The comic is about a dad who's upset after finding a Bible in his daughter's backpack. Mom found this in your backpack. You know we don't allow filth in this house.
God bless you, Dad.
Haley, go get pregnant and have an abortion right now. The saying goes that life imitates art. In this case, it certainly did. So tell me, what do you think about this whole situation? What would you do as a parent if this were your daughter? Would you go to Reddit, cry about your problems in exchange for imaginary internet points? Or would you have the courage to talk to them directly and let them know that you would support them regardless of their decision to believe or not believe in religion? Let me know your thoughts. In the end, I thank you for watching. Take care.